November 28th, 2022. City of Coolidge City Council regular meeting to order. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? The Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Santa, call the roll, please.
Here.
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 Here. Thank you. Okay. Move to item 3, presentations, the monthly report, Coolidge Chamber of Commerce. Good evening, Lynn.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Our reinvestments for September, we had 17. Country Canine Grooming, Absolute HCBS, Sabora La Muchaca. Did I do that right? Our Mexican ice cream store downtown, that's wonderful. Air Repair Inc., Cavett, Clemens Plumbing, LLC, Avante on Main, Avante on Elm, Banner Medical Center, Bright International, Child Consulting by Donna, Complete Parachute Solutions, Heritage Environmental, Kiva Insurance, Sue and Phil Bacon, Spirit of Joy United Methodist Church, Hospice, Compass, Ho Cam, RV and Mobile Home Park. Our new members, we had 2 members in September, PSV Trucking Company and Rock Spice Homes. Our stats for September, the chamber, we had 384 visitors, 29 in-state and 5 out-of-state visitors. Year-to-date referrals is just a little over 7,350. The Casa Grande Ruins had 5,002 visitors for the month of September. Year-to-date was 55,506. The Gem and Mineral Museum had 153 in September, and year-to-date is 1,374. So we had our first Borderlands event in town Saturday, which was well received. We were able to give out 257 boxes, which equals just under 18,000 pounds of product. We got a lot of great feedback, so we'll be doing it again in December 17th and looking forward to it. But with the partnerships with Hope International Food Pantry, Better Human Coalition, the Chamber, along with the city's help, it helped make it a really great, successful event. We met with the CEDC, Gilbert, our chairman of our CEDC. We had a meeting with Procter & Gamble this morning, and I have to tell you, they're not just coming to our community, they want to be a part of our community. They want to join the chamber, and there's a lot of great things that we're going to see them bring, being a partner with our community. So I think it's going to be a great asset. Upcoming events, airport fly-in December 3rd, Country K9 ribbon cutting on December 5th, Christmas in the Park and Light Parade on December 9th. The next Borderlands powwow will be on December 17th. Coolidge Holiday Celebration will also be on December 17th. Our membership luncheon on the 21st. And Coolidge Lights Contest is going on now, where, just to remind the public that there's going to be a contest going on for them to do their decorations outside. That's all I have. Do you have any questions?
No, thanks.
No.
No, I don't think so. Thank you. Okay, moving to call to the public. This is a portion of the meeting that if you want to address the council, please step to the podium, and you have up to 3 minutes to address us. Seeing nobody move forward, move out of call to the public and move into business items for consent. Is there anybody up here that wants any of these items pulled off for individual consideration?
No, sir.
Well, I'm gonna pull 5 off. I just got a couple of questions. So, item 4, consider approval of a request from United Dance Company to close Roosevelt Avenue between Main Street east to the alley for the annual toy giveaway hosted by United Dance Company and Reach USA, being held on Sunday, December 18th, from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. Item 6, consider approval of submitting a grant application to the 2023 Border Security Fund for a grant in the amount of $416,457.54 to purchase communications equipment and services from Motorola to integrate Coolidge to the Pinal County Astro 25 trunking system. Item 7, consider approval of the claims for the month of October 2022. Go ahead.
Mayor, move to approve items number 4, 6, and 7 as read.
I second it.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 5, consider approval of entering into a 3-year license agreement with Zubeen for a reading app. Individuals will use the app to track their reading for the summer learning program and other reading challenges. Good
Good evening,
evening.
Mayor and Council.
Ricky, I'm just, 3 years, when I read the backup material, we're going to try it out for 3 years to see if we like it, or was 1 year wasn't going to be enough, or?
No, I don't believe 1 year would be enough to get people signed up and involved. Our last contract with a different company was also for 3 years. And if we sign on for 3 years, we save the setup fee. This company will allow us to have unlimited people track their reading, while as the company we just left limited it at 500. So whenever we got close, we'd have to go in and delete people that maybe weren't as active as those that were. So it's just a better overall program to track reading for summer reading and other reading logs.
So there is a big use for this.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, I just want to make
We
sure.
approached 500 regularly with the other programs, so this one being unlimited will help, especially with more people in town.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you.
Number 5, consider approval of entering into a 3-year license agreement with Zubeen for a reading app. Individuals will use the app to track their reading for the summer learning program and other reading challenges.
Mayor, if there's no further discussion, I make a motion we approve agenda item 5 as read.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Okay, we'll move out of that, move into business, regular items. Item 8, resolution number 2221, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Coolidge, Arizona, adopting the final draft of the 2022 cart route optimization study.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. This is actually the resolution that adopts that final draft. Eric Heat came to you guys along with the consultants on September 26th and presented potential changes to CART as a result of the CART route optimization study. So this is just formally adopting those. So I can answer any questions you may have.
You know, Gabe, when I go to the meetings with GAG and Sun Corridor, they have, we talk about, you know, the public transportation, and I'm just curious, do these guys, everybody has a board, all the members that are on the transportation board, like Coolidge and Florence and Pinal County, they all have members. The board, has that board, do they vote on these resolutions? Do they take a look at these and do they approve them? Or do they, I know we approve it here because it all runs through the City of Coolidge Council. But does that board, because that's one of the big conversations at those meetings is, well, what if the City of Coolidge doesn't want to do what the board wants to do? So I'm kind of curious if the board has seen this, and if it has, does it approve of these changes?
Mayor, all input and interviews were done with all key stakeholders, which would include everybody that are members of CART. And those recommendations have all been discussed and presented before the CART board, as well as discussed with the consultants who did the study. So we wouldn't bring it forth to you with any changes that wasn't unanimously discussed by the CART board and agreed upon, so.
Okay, I want to make sure because I don't want to hear any of that noise when we get to the meetings and everybody wants to argue about giving it to somebody else or doing this or doing that.
Right, and I understand, so we have 4 members, we all have the same voting rights, Coolidge being one. The Coolidge Council is obviously the governing board that would adopt any recommendations that come to it. It's much like the library board or the Parks and Rec board. So we wouldn't bring anything unless it had that full support. And so everybody has the same voting rights. So even if something we didn't agree with that they did, and maybe the other 3 didn't, we would discuss that and bring something to you that was a compromise that would allow everybody to kind of have equal voice in that.
Okay, anybody have any questions?
No.
All right, if there are no questions, I need a motion to act.
Mayor, if there's no further discussion, I make a motion we approve resolution number 22-21 as read.
Sienna?
Councilmember Eric Daniels,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Steve Hudson,
Yes.
Councilmember Jackie Henry,
Yes.
Mayor John Thompson.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Item 9, resolution number 22-22, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Coolidge, Arizona, adopting the Coolidge 2025 general plan major amendment schedule for 2023. Mr. Lopez?
Mayor Thompson, Vice Mayor Hudson, council members. The general plan is a policy document that guides the future growth and development in the city as approved by the voters. So every 10 years, we go back to the voters and get it approved. Our next approval will go in 2024. We adopted it last time in 2014. So in order to do an amendment to this plan, we can only do it one time if it's a major amendment. An example would be if we go from rural ranchette to, say, business and commerce or industrial. So we do that once a year. This is a schedule that starts July 14th, 23, and then ends when the city council considers the major plan amendments in November 27th, 2023. And so all this is just the guide and the dates that we accept the plan. It goes through the process for you to consider it. And it's an important piece of the process. And this is, again, the policy guide. The zoning code is the enforcement portion of it. So that's the difference between the 2 documents. And I'll answer any questions you may have.
This just lays out the process, doesn't it, Gilbert?
Mayor? Yes.
This just lays out the process, the first part. Okay, thank you. It's laid out clearly, and there are about 3 places it's listed where it starts out and it ends up as far as, it goes a while.
Yes.
There's a lot of notice in between.
A lot of public participation. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
No, sir.
All right then, if there's no questions, I need a motion to act.
Mayor, move to approve resolution number 22-22 as read.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second, and we will have Sienna.
Councilmember Eric Daniels,
Yes.
Councilmember Jackie Henry,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Steve Hudson,
Yes.
and Mayor John Thompson.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you. Item 10, resolution number 22-23, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Coolidge, Pinal County, Arizona, declaring and adopting the results of the general election held on November 8th, 2022.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council. Okay. So before you tonight, we have the approval and adoption of the results for the general election held on November 8th, 2022. And the results are as follows. There was a total number of ballots cast of 3,050. And the outcome was 1,390 for Tina Kaufman and 1,635 votes for Adriana Saavedra. Therefore, candidate Saavedra is hereby declared elected and fills our 3rd seat for council. So we're asking for approval and adoption so we can canvass the results.
Well, I don't think there's much to talk about. Any motion to act, or
Mayor, move to approve Resolution number 22-23 as read.
I second it.
The motion is second.
All right. Councilmember Eric Daniels.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Steve Hudson.
Yes.
Councilmember Jackie Henry.
Yes.
And Mayor John Thompson.
Yes. Okay, I did that. Now we're gonna have to wait. All right, report from the mayor, council, and city manager. We'll start down here with Councilmember Daniels.
I don't really have anything other than good job to Ricky. The lights look nice out there That's it though.
I worked the Borderlands on Saturday, and it really was a great turnout. It was nice to see so many people. I think the next one is December 17th, and then after that, it'll be the fourth Saturday of the month. Anyway, I think there'll be more people attending next time.
Vice Mayor.
Yeah, one thing I really did is I went down to the Shorties for the firefighter fundraiser that they had. Met the new owner, great guy. I think everybody needs to give the guy a chance, and he has nothing to do with the previous owner, but he's been in the restaurant and bar business for 35 years. He wants to be a part of the community. He did a fundraiser for the fire department. I think he's doing a fundraiser for the football boosters in December. Hopefully, he wants to open after Super Bowl. So he's going to bring nice food, a place that you can take your wife and not have to worry about getting in a fight. But anyways, he's changed it around a lot. He's making some improvements. Going to have some great food. And the guy's really a nice guy, really committed to make it be successful for Coolidge and wants to be a part of Coolidge. So just ask that you give the guy a shot when he opens up and go to the fundraiser next month. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Miller?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, last week we had the honor and privilege of celebrating Georgie Garcia, Judge Garcia's 50th anniversary working for the city of Coolidge. Quite a stellar career. I don't remember how many mayors and city managers she's worked for in the past, but it was a number. And so great to be a participant in that recognition. Also, in fact, I had an interesting call today from our reporter regarding something I've been reading a lot about on social media, and that's the dead cattle over there on Signal Peak Road. A lot of social media conversation about the cattle that are out there in the middle of the field off of Signal Peak Road. My understanding is those cattle were involved with a motor vehicle collision. A lot of them are on the Gila River reservation property, and they'll be the responsibility of the cattle owner to remove those cattle from the reservation property. There's one other deceased cow or a calf on the city limits side of the boundary on the east side of Signal Peak Road, further south of Val Vista, and we've instructed our public works director to go out there and take care of that carcass on the property. So it's interesting how many people want to talk about the cows and lots of conspiracy theories about how they may have perished, but I think it was a motor, what I understand. Don't really have anything else other than the fire. We had a pretty bad fire this weekend, on Friday actually. Very sad to see the building to the west side of the Coolidge Market go up in flames. At a time when we're really trying to encourage and support revitalization efforts in the downtown, it's sad to see a historic building in our downtown of that size go up in flames. That is being investigated by our fire department and other agencies, and hopefully we'll be able to determine the cause, and maybe more information will come out on that. But it is very disheartening to see a building like that in our downtown that's been vacant for a while go up in flames when we'd rather see it be put to use. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen now. I don't have anything else to report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Miller. Well, there's been a lot of things going on, that's for sure. A lot of activities here with all our veterans and the service organizations, the vegetable give away, well, $15. But there's been a lot of things happening here in Coolidge. Procter & Gamble's is in the Coolidge city limits. I would ask that if you read social media, which I try not to, but if you do, half of the people on there don't have any idea where the inland port is or the Coolidge city limits are. Maybe we should put a map of some sort on there so they'll know what's in Coolidge city limits and what's not. But we are working on the Skousen and 87 stoplight, turn signal still. We've talked to the Southern District, I call him the commander for ADOT, and he said that it's in the engineering, and they are looking, well, the phase one is gonna come up, and they're gonna have to look at the land between the road and the canal on one side. So what'll happen then is they'll come out and do their investigation, and we'll see if they find anything, and if they don't, we should move along okay, and if they do, then Mr. Navarro's gonna earn his money. So, go ahead.
Smith, there's one, I'm sorry, I forgot one other thing that I wanted to mention real quick, is that the city, Coolidge Youth Coalition, working with Ricky LaPaya and the Parks and Recreation Department, have created a holiday decorating contest this year. We're going to recognize the residential and business properties in Coolidge. There's a deadline to submit an application, and we'll be having the youth council go out and check these different places and recognize the most beautifully decorated holiday decorations for the Christmas season sometime after the 15th. And we got the electric light parade coming up here as well, so I'll mention that. And I believe Nikola Motor Company is going to have an entrance in our electric light parade, according to our Parks and Recreation Director.
Absolutely, it is Coolidge Youth Council. Not Coalition.
Coolidge Youth Council, sorry.
Well, if you're gonna interrupt me, at least you could be correct.
I should be correct. I should be correct on that.
Well, the bottom line is, well, Ricky, you're probably the best one to do it. I'm getting a lot of calls. They like the new lights, but they can't understand why every other pole they're out. And I know why, but maybe you could explain it so the people that watch the channel will know why.
So the outlets on some of the poles aren't working. The company we contracted with, I believe our Public Works Director was up here about a month ago, and we contracted with the company for maintenance on those poles. They've been contacted, and I believe they're coming out tomorrow, is my understanding, tomorrow morning. So by tomorrow night, most of them should be working unless there's a real problem. But it's generally just the outlet, because the light itself, the street light itself is working. So it's just a problem with them replacing the outlet or fixing the outlet.
Okay.
And they should all be up and running, hopefully by tomorrow night.
Well, it's that simple, but some of the stories that they
Yeah, I
tell
know how
me
it
is,
And I didn't mean to correct the city manager, but it is the Coolidge Youth Council.
well,
Okay, I
There is a
stand
Coolidge
corrected.
Youth Coalition, but I just want to make sure everyone knows it's a Coolidge Council that's doing the
That's right.
decorating contest.
that got formed right here in this room.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Okay. And the road 87 is getting a lot worse, so the only thing I would say is, if you're traveling it, especially now that I see, the other day I experienced it myself, they had an accident on I-10 and they're moving all the traffic from I-10 past that little Shell station and down 87 now. So you're really gonna have a long wait if you're out there and there's an accident. I would caution everybody to don't try to pass, because that's where they're running into a lot of problems with these fatalities. And that's it. We got 6 minutes. I can get out of this meeting, and at 7:30, we'll come back for the next meeting. I need a motion to get out.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, see you at 7:30.